Hello there and happy Tuesday. Today I'm here to talk about pet insurance because a lot of people who have older pets are a little bit unsure about whether or not they should have pet insurance. Most pet parents actually don't have pet insurance. And people with sometimes breeds maybe that are more prone to certain issues are more likely to get pet insurance, or if their animal is a sporting dog or a hunting dog or a working dog or anything like that, usually they have pet insurance. For example, for seeing eye dogs, therapy dog, that kind of thing. But I wanted to go over what to look for when you're looking for pet insurance because I've gotten quite a few questions about it. So there's a couple different characteristics. One is that the payment method that you would like is that your insurance company pays the vet directly rather than you having to come up with the money up front and then the vet reimburse you, because it could be, $200, but it could also be $5,000 depending on if it's a surgery or something like that. So that's a really good thing to look for. Also, that in terms of payment as well, that the insurance company pay the entire value of the bill, not an estimate of what it should cost, because having worked with insurance companies after my accident and trying to get reimbursed for the value of my car, they tried to gouge us $6,000 less than what we paid for it, and there was still a gap between what we paid for it and what it was actually worth because we got it as a trade-in at a luxury dealership. So ultimately I would have had to pay about $8,000 more to get a replacement car from what they would have given me. So we sent it back and we said, no, we want a better offer because this is ridiculous. It was basically a brand new car. Only had 15,000 kilometers on it. So try again. There's also for pets with long-term conditions. So for example, if they're really young and they get in an accident or they get an injury or something like that, there's what's called a condition-based lifetime deductible, so that anything that happens as is caused by that condition is covered by the insurance. So it's not each new symptom is a new claim that you have to make. It's kind of you pay once for the condition and all of its complications, and then you're covered regardless of what happens, which I can imagine the stress of something new happening all the time and having to resubmit claims to get payments and struggling to come up with the money for it. So I think that's something really great. In terms of payment plans, some of them are yearly, some of them are condition-based, meaning if your pet has a minor condition, you pay a minor amount of money. If your pet has a very serious condition, for example, like a heart condition, you pay a lot more money. And some of the payment plans can be very confusing. There's a lot of fine print. So any plan that is very straightforward, they tell you exactly what's in it. There is no fine print, that it's a lot easier to understand, which is really nice. Okay, so there's some payment plans and pet insurance companies that don't cover the surgeries have to be approved before they'll be willing to pay for it. So not all the surgeries can be approved, and you want to make sure that it covers diagnostic testing, which is usually pretty expensive, especially if they have to do blood work, x-rays, CAT scan, anything else like that. Any medications that they have to be on, especially if they started them when they were really young, and or the pills are very expensive, and any hospital stays, because anybody who's ever taken their pet to the emergency room knows it's very expensive. So you want to make sure that the pet insurance also covers emergency stays and hospital stays. Prescription pet foods is also another thing that the good pet insurance companies cover, as well as any dietary supplements that the vet recommends, which, as someone whose dog takes several supplements, probiotics and enzymes and all of that stuff, I know how quickly it adds up. So it's not that her food is expensive. It's the same I was paying when she was on kibble. But you add all the supplements in and suddenly it's a lot more money. It's like 1.5 times the actual value of the food. Some companies even allow you to choose what your deductible is. So you can kind of set the payments in a way that you can afford and that makes sense to you. Customer care is also a really big thing. Even if the company has all of that, but their customer care is absolutely crap, then you probably don't want to work with them, because it will be such a hassle to get what you need when something goes wrong with your pet that it's going to make the situation so much more stressful, instead of the whole purpose of it being that it eases your stress because you know that your pet is taken care of and everything is good. So 24/7 customer care can also be a really big benefit, because obviously if something happens in the middle of the night, you don't want to call your insurance company and say, our customer hours begin at 9 a.m. and it's like 4 in the morning and something's wrong. You want to make sure that you can get someone when you need to get someone. And customer service lately, people have been a little overworked lately because everyone's buying stuff online, and so customer care is overworked, but it will go back to semi-normal soon, and they'll have, regular hours and customer care will be better, I hope. But those are just some of the things to take into consideration when you're looking for pet insurance. Personally, Kaya doesn't have pet insurance. She just turned 5. She has no health conditions. She doesn't have anything. She does have a sensitive stomach, so on occasion she'll eat something she isn't supposed to eat and get really runny poos. But that's pretty much it. We've been working on it. She's pretty good, but with quarantine, there's more stress here than there has been, just because our house is still under construction. So there's lots of noise and things like that, and that also stresses her out, and then her stomach gets upset. So just something to keep in mind is that the pet's environment makes a really big difference. But in terms of pet insurance, do your research, compare all of the companies that you're looking at, see if you can get referrals from any of your friends that are pet parents, and see which ones they've worked with, what their opinion was, because ultimately that's the easiest way to get accurate information. But I hope that you don't need pet insurance and that nothing happens to your little angel. However, that's all I have to say for today. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I have a very busy day today, so I'm off to walk Kaya. But enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you later this week on Instagram for a live video.